Corn is the worst addiction that any young man could have. And when I say corn, bro, you know what I'm talking about. Cause I'm not sure if I actually say the word, it's going to be like bad for my channel or anything. But you know what I'm talking about when I say corn, right? Corn is the worst addiction, the worst modern addiction in the modernity era that any young man could have today. Other than drugs, name one worst vice that a young man could fall into now that isn't as bad or even worse than corn. You can't name one. Other than drugs, of course, and alcohol or something like that. Stuff like that. Anything else, you cannot name one worse addiction that's worse than corn. Corn destroys people's lives. Corn destroys people's minds. Corn destroys people's souls. It destroys how they see women. It is the worst addiction that any man could come across now. Any person could come across now. And the sad part about this is that it's free. You can get it anywhere. You can do it anytime. And that's scary because that will give you. So anyone who's like truly addicted to this is very it's terrible because they'll always have access to it no matter what. Anywhere they go, anytime, they'll always have access to corn. Like a lot of self-improvement gurus, they talk about, video games is terrible, procrastination. And yeah, and like eating junk food. And yeah, like those could be destructive habits, and I'm not gonna downplay them. I mean, video games is debatable. I mean, but that really doesn't matter when it comes to what I'm talking about in this video. Corn is the worst addiction that any person could have today. So if you're dealing with that right now, I wish you the best. I hope you get the help. And not help, but I hope you actually push through it because it's terrible. And it'll only get worse and worse and worse. I'm speaking from personal experience. It literally grabs your attention. It grabs your dignity and throws it. It just throws it, wastes it away. So if you're dealing with it, please, by any means necessary, try to get out of that addiction. Try to get out of it any way you can. It's going to be hard. It's going to be unsatisfying. Because it's quick dopamine. It's quick bursts of dopamine at any time you're feeling that way. And it's tough. So, I mean, this video is really just to explain the dangers of corn, and you know what I'm talking about, but the dangers of that, and how it can ruin young men, specifically young men. It can turn an ambitious, successful young man into a shell of his own self who needs sexual gratification to feel like they're somebody. And I don't want that to be you. So, that's my video on why corn is terrible, disgusting. And they'll promote it. They'll make it free. They'll make it easy to access. You're gonna be conned that net forever if you don't try to get out. You're never gonna grow out of a corn addiction. if you don't have the self-preservation to actually get out of this addiction, and you don't push yourself to not do it anymore, you're always going to be caught in that net. And it's going to be deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So if you're watching this and you got this in like your recommendation page or whatever, if you somehow found this video and you're dealing with a corn addiction right now, this is your calling for you to try to stop this addiction. Just stop it. It's going to be hard, but just try to stop it. Try to get yourself out of that. It's terrible. So subscribe, like, share this to somebody who needs this. Reject complacency and embrace strength. And F the people who make corn. F the corn industry.